My top 6 tips for taking the stress out of event planning and production. I'm Daphne Kirkwood, owner of iDaph Events and Timing, and I'm all about helping you enhance and grow your existing events. So if you're looking to learn more about event planning and growth strategies and you don't know where to start, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified each time we release a new video. Let's face it, putting on a race can be stressful. A lot of people assume that putting on a fundraising event or race is an easy way to make money for your cause. The reality is it can be a lot more stressful than you think, and there's a lot more to consider than most people realize. As most of you already know from your event planning experiences, stress from planning and producing an event can knock you off your feet. I've been designing and producing events for 9 years, and along the way I've tried many different tactics for designing, planning, and organizing events so that on race day the event is as stress-free as possible. Let's dive into how to take the stress out of event production and how to stay calm, cool, and collected on race day. Tip number 1, attend a similar event as a participant or a volunteer. When I was first starting out in the endurance event planning business, I attended as many events as possible as a participant and as a volunteer. To get the full scope of what an event looks like from start to finish, volunteering or participating will allow you to see the moving parts and to be able to better visualize what the event production actually looks like. This event day experience will provide you with all kinds of new ideas and will even help you to think of things that you haven't thought of before. It will also help you build your event checklist, which we will talk about in tip number 4. Tip number 2, build a dream team. There are lots of moving parts on event day. Porta-johns are being dropped off first thing in the morning, signs need to get put up, participants are arriving, volunteers are checking in, the fire marshal wants to do an inspection, and the event has to start on time. For years, iDaph was just me. While this was great when I was starting out, I learned quickly that especially on event day, you can't do it all. There's too many things happening at one time, and you'll be pulled in many different directions. Delegate. Find some friends that believe in your vision or members of your nonprofit that would like to form an event committee with you. You can also find volunteers that you can count on to help you with every step of the planning process and be there by your side on event day. There are several key roles that are important for you to consider when building your team. If you would like to learn more about those roles and what they entail, drop us a comment below. Tip number 3. Host regular planning meetings. Have you ever had a lengthy string of 10 to 20 emails going back and forth about your event with multiple people on your planning team? It used to happen to me all the time. And the best way to stop the noise and repetitive interruptions and get on the same page quickly is to schedule a meeting. I find these meetings are best if they're regularly scheduled and are planned around the same time of the month. Typically, for most events, planning meetings begin about 4 to 6 months out, and leading up to an event, they become more frequent. If you aren't sure how to lead a regular event planning meeting, what should go on the agenda, or how to keep a meeting organized and productive, drop us a comment and let us know that you would like to learn more about how to host planning meetings. Tip number 4, get organized. The best way to get organized is begin with a calendar. I find usages for both the online Google Calendar as well as a paper calendar. The electronic version is great for real-time alerts, and the paper calendar is great for a quick view of what is coming up that day or during the week. Next, create an event week timeline. This timeline will help you see into what is happening each day during event week when it is the most stressful time. The timeline will help you stay on track and will ensure that you didn't forget to do something. For a free downloadable example of an event week timeline, visit our iDaph Insights webpage and sign up for a free copy. The last way to get organized is to create checklists. I've been designing and producing events for 9 years, and I still have checklists leading up to an event and throughout the planning process. Checklists have your back and help you sleep at night. Having a checklist will allow you to have peace of mind because you've remembered all the tiny details that need to get done for your event to run smoothly. I see lots of organizations that have 1 or 2 key people that do a lot of different roles and wear a lot of hats. They assign themselves multiple roles on event day, such as MC, help at the registration tent, packet pickup, volunteer coordinator. This is one sure way to be a total stress ball during the event. Tip number 5, free yourself up. It's important to keep yourself free to deal with the issues during an event. There will always be issues to deal with. If you're in the process of your event planning and realize you are way in over your head and your stress level is out the roof, tip number 6, ask the event professionals for help. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your event planning team and drop a comment below. Let us know how we can continue to support you and your team with your event planning. I will see you in the next iDaph Insights video.